So even though Secretary Clinton and her running mate Senator Kaine they keep saying they're anti TPP, Hillary's language against TPP has just not been strong enough. We people are pushing for her to actually come out and demand that POTUS not try to push TPP through a lame duck session. But the new transition chief has said things like TPP is the greenest trade deal ever, and also apparently is a fracking denier, right? So we have some issues there with him. So one thing I just wanted to close with, though, right? Because as I talk about that, I can hear a little voice in the back of my head, but there are problems in Trump's camp. Yes, there are so many problems with Trump. Trump is a flaming dumpster fire full of hot crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you can go on and on. But you know what? I think that progressive voices, I think people who have any common damn sense in their minds should spend their time and energy taking a stand. So when you take a stand, it's supposed to be a moment of courage and bravery. Dissing Trump is not courageous. It is not brave. It is going along with the status quo. It is falling in line with the okie doke and doing what everybody else is doing. And my mama did not raise me to do what everybody else does. If I was supposed to be like everybody else, my name wouldn't be Anoa. So I think that we really need to seek out the moments of bravery and courage. We need to look for brave spaces. New term I just learned. Shout out to the Funky Academic for sharing a piece about brave spaces last week. Brave spaces versus safe spaces. We are living in brave and courageous times. I mean, we need bold action. Falling in line and getting with the status quo does not bring us greatness. It does not lead us to where we need to be. It just keeps us in a standstill. So, when we're talking about people who are really talking about, yes, because Trump is a racist, you really down for some anti-racism work? For example, if you in Philly, I need you out there supporting Erica Mines right now with Philly Real Justice, who was unjustly arrested and has been harassed nonstop over an action to remove a statue of a former mayor from South Philly. Right? You really want to be, you really about that anti-racism, like you really about ending systemic racism? I need you to get out there with folks in Milwaukee to start looking at strategies, not just looking and having commissions and studies, but to really get there on the ground and implement programs, opportunities, engagement for the community, grassroots up to help address some of the systemic underlying issues that lead to conditions that have reached the boiling point that we see today. If you really about that life, I need you in Chicago. I need you in Chicago out there supporting, helping, engaging. Rahm Emanuel has done a number, not just on the city, in general, but like you look at what's going on with the education system, all the teacher layoffs, principles have been cut, like all types of, you really about that anti-racism, social justice life, you will really take a serious stand in day-to-day life and figuring out how you can address the systemic realities that exist in the community where you reside. Now, that's powerful. That's brave. That's courageous. All these different politicians run around here, well, Trump is the idiot, Trump is this, Trump is that. Yes, Trump is all of those things. And guess what? He got to be where he is by the same system that you refuse to speak out on. I'm just saying, you want to do something brave and bold? You want me to get excited about something you're saying? That's what you need. I need you to put up or shut up. Put your money where your mouth is. Do something. And don't be telling me about, like I shared a piece earlier, a couple of days ago. Jesse Jackson, Barack Obama, POTUS has not done anything for Black people. You might be right. Jesse, you might be right. But I find it very difficult to take anything that Jesse Jackson or the Congressional Black Caucus or anyone else in the Black misleadership class has to say about President Obama when they have been around, 3, 4, 5 times as long as he has, and have yet to do anything significant and substantial for the Black community, quote unquote, right? All Jesse Jackson has really actually done for us. Now, granted, I'm not dissing Jesse. Jesse launched, a great run in 84 and 88. However, what do? You fold up, you start an organization, become part of the establishment, and you help deliver us for the vote. Nah, I'm good. Because we have had decades of entrenched thinking and systemic racism and a repression, continued hyper segregation, particularly in northern cities, which are supposed to be so liberal and free-minded and stuff. Nah, one of the most racist incidents I've ever happened in my life and it was prolonged, it was multiple microaggressions over a long period of time, happened when I worked in Chicago at a liberal organization. So we got a lot of work in front of us. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Definitely check me out on thewayWithNoah.com. I'm bringing you not only The Way with Noah on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Benjamin Dixon Show. We're also going to start next week streaming live, both here and on my YouTube channel. Trying to get a couple of y'all to come check me out. Definitely appreciate the big brother Benjamin Dixon for building out the platform and allowing me space and time. There's so much going on, so I may have to stay up a little late and record an extra podcast for you guys. But I definitely appreciate what. I'm a little tongue tied. See, that's what happens. I get on the rolls, and then I can't even slow myself down. But I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate your opportunity to engage and be with you. And I'm going to leave you with a very long quote. I've used this one before, but I think it's very, very pertinent to tonight. And then I'm switching over to Ben. This is a quote from the late, great Muhammad Ali. Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact. It is an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration. It is a dare. Impossible is a potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing.